The story begins with a father cat named Liuliang Mao, who worked hard to find a small fish for his child. But when he returned, the child was gone. He panicked and searched everywhere until he found the child in the restaurant. The father was angry because the child ran around disobediently. But a moment later, he was greatly surprised because the kitten, Jibyi, was eating delicious cakes. He thought to himself that he had worked hard to find a small fish that wasn't even enough to fill a tooth, but someone else could give his child endless cakes. He felt ashamed and guilty, thinking that his child suffered living with him. When he saw his child living happily in human arms, the father cat felt even more ashamed and hopeless. He thought his child probably looked down on him. But suddenly, he felt relieved, thinking that even if he wasn't his child, he hoped his child could live happily and no longer suffer. With that person, he would probably live better. The father cat sighed and showed a bitter expression. What kind of parents don't love their children? No one in this world will be good to you for no reason, except your parents. But in a blink of an eye, the kitten started eating. The humans and the dog were extremely panicked, as if the whole world had collapsed. Until they saw the kitten again, they were happy. But he didn't know that after the kitten had eaten its fill, the first thing it did was look for its father, and it ate all the cakes except for one piece, which it wanted to save for its father. But unfortunately, they never had a chance to meet again. Seeing the pitiful and lovely kitten, John's heart almost melted. But he used to live alone and was afraid of trouble, so he was still hesitant. The kitten's tears, having lost its family, flowed down like a river until they covered its face and even made it float further away. John couldn't bear it anymore. If he didn't adopt such a pitiful cat, would he still be a human? John ran after it and grabbed the kitten, which was about to fall into the dirty drain, then gently hugged it. So cute. Finally, John adopted the kitten, but John also didn't expect that in a few years, this lovely little cat would turn into an old cat. Homefly, the kitten's name is Homefly, just opened its mouth, and John's house seemed to explode with food. Other cats are cute, but not this one. It eats a lot and is very strong. John even adopted a dog as an assistant. Homefly always steals the owner's hamburger and always doesn't let the owner sleep. It always wakes the owner up to cook, but one day, John, who was working late, accidentally fell asleep. Homefly, who used to be playful, suddenly became a considerate cat. It gently pushed John onto the bed, carefully covered him with a blanket, put on headphones, and put a soft toy for him to sleep with, but who knew that something unexpected would happen that night? As usual, Homefly woke up in the middle of the night because it was hungry. It walked to the refrigerator to eat all the food in it, including dumplings. But suddenly, a strong storm hit, and a huge figure appeared behind them. That figure had hair like a traitor. They kidnapped Homefly. He didn't know why they would kidnap such a gluttonous cat, but unexpectedly, when the father cat was in trouble, a mysterious hero came to their rescue. Homefly heard a familiar voice and couldn't help but pull off the hood. It was indeed its father, whom it had been separated from for many years. Homefly began to scold its father for not taking care of it. But its father had always been by its side, and had secretly visited Homefly at John's house every day. Every time he visited, he would draw a mark on the tree bark. Homefly didn't believe its father's excuses until it saw with its own eyes that there were countless marks on the tree, like roots spreading everywhere. And from the marks below, you could see it from every room and every angle. Its father really did visit, and even watched it grow up. What parents would be cruel enough to let their children suffer? Even animals are no exception. This new movie not only features a father-son reunion, but also a big milk heist. The highlight of the story is the fierce battle on the train. It seems illogical, but it makes the audience satisfied and happy. John might just have a bit of a headache with his credit card because he still has to pay off his debts. Thank you, see you in the next story.